Is it still week 14? No, it's week 15. I'm a silly guy. I need to update my name on Steam. 1 second. It's currently... Give it up for week 15. You and me both. We're here to... Oh my god, that's actually... Oh, fuck me. We're so much past a quarter of the year. Oh, what have you done? What have I done? What have we all done with 15 weeks of our lives? I've spent one of my days this week going to an Arcadian going, yeah, I'm gonna make it out of pools with Kirby. And then playing Samus the whole way because I got nervous. And then not making it out of pools even still. And I'm still mad that I didn't make it out of pools. Because now that I'm like thinking back on it, it's like, you could have explained this, and you could have explained this, and you could have explained this. And oh, there's so many problems with my game plan. It was like I was just playing Samus for crouch cancel percentage. And if I fell out of crouch cancel percent, oh well. That's where the game plan fell apart, and surprisingly enough, you have like a whole 200% to play with on Samus. And yet your game plan revolves around the first 80? Like, you got so much opportunity to work with. Why are you only planning half of the game? You might as well play Fox at that point. Like, very annoyed with how I played this weekend. It was a good time to go and, like, have fun with your friends. Well, my friends specifically, not your friends. Maybe some of them are your friends, but chances are everyone in the room hates you. But it's a good time for me to hang out with my friends. And so I did that. And then I came back and Decipher won Grands, and I was like, this kid's insane. Decipher had some nutty combos. I know that I'm chatting to myself. I don't give a shit. Decipher had some fucking insane combos. The fair extensions, the fact that so many combos started with up air. Like, obviously it's a Fox, and so, like, there's going to be a lot of up airs in the situation. But, like, so many combos started off of, like, single hit up air, or, like, 12% up air off of a platform, and it was like, this is fucked. It was so sick. Decipher's Fox, I think, might be, like, UK prodigy. I give it a year, and I'd be shocked if that kid wasn't top 15. He's so good. Do you still play Melee much? Well, I mean, I was away last weekend and this weekend for Melee tournaments, and so for as much as I'd like to say no, because I don't really load up Slippy more than maybe like once a week, the reality is, yeah, probably. Like, I probably end up playing more Melee in total than I do any other fighting game over the course of like a week, unless it's like a game has just come out. Tekken 8 I put 100 hours into over the course of like a month and a half, but it's like, I think I put 20 hours into Melee at least every single month. So yeah, I would say I still play Melee much, even though I'm hot dog shit at that game. Generally speaking, when it comes to like fighting games, there's a problem in like fighting game mentality where it doesn't matter what skill level you are, you're at a level that is just below average, and everyone below you is like pretty bad, and everyone above you is like just okay. But in your mind palace, whether or not you're 10th best in the world or 10th worst in the world, you're just about getting okay at fighting games. And so the discussion around fighting games is normally skewed when it comes to your skill level. I think, personally, I'm probably okay at every single fighting game that I normally touch. I'm normally pretty good. Well, maybe not pretty good, but like, I'll go like 2-2, maybe 1-2 in like most games that I try at that maybe aren't like Marvel or like games that are like heavily established. I would say that I'm pretty good at most fighting games that I play. But Melee, I've put thousands of hours into that game, and I am still just fine at that game. I will go like 1-2 every tournament, and I will not practice. I will get upset at the fact that I haven't practiced, and then I will lose. And even if I win, it's like I'm playing sloppy. I know that I can play better. It's Melee is one of the most frustrating games that you can ever play, but it's not frustrating because the systems are frustrating. It's just like, you know you could be so much better. If you just hit that one wave dash, your mental would have been so sick. It wouldn't have been skewed for the rest of the day. I guess that kind of happens in other fighting games, though. There's so many people that are just like, I got hit by one little mix-up that was a little bit fucked up, and now I've ruined my entire rank session. I'm going to bed, I'm talking to my wife that I hate. But I don't hate her, I hate that I had to deal with Azucena online and a fucking while-running 3 that got fixed. It definitely got fixed. Even though you can't punish it now on, like, half the cast. I actually don't know how, like, fucked up the new Azucena situation is. I saw it on Twitter and I went, I'm gonna repeat that at some point. Me when King heat smashes me for 70 damage. No, yes, I finally blocked the heat smash, which means that now I get mixed up for 70 damage. Yes! It's my favorite part of playing against King. I haven't given up on Tekken 8. So I did actually uninstall Tekken 8 the other day. But I think I just need to, like, take some time away from it, because I'm getting so annoyed so incredibly quickly that I can acknowledge that it's like, are you really having fun here? No, chances are you're gonna take the L, you're gonna get hit by a mix-up that wasn't really a mix-up, you just didn't know that you could press there, and then you're gonna be upset for the next hour. And you're gonna go, oh, I don't really know if I like fighting games anymore, and it's like, no, you just don't like playing against King. I'd like to try Tekken, but that game is knowledge check as hell. I mean, it is, but I don't think that should, like, take you away from trying it. The one really good thing about Tekken, and this, obviously, you're in Twitch chat, and so might not apply to you, but if you have friends that you can play it with, then it's pretty great, because chances are, both of you only play 1 or 2 characters most, and you're going to learn all of each other's gimmicks within 2 or 3 hours. Oh my god. Please let me out. Thank you. You're going to learn each other's gimmicks within 1 or 2 hours. And then after those 1 or 2 hours, you're playing like a real video game again. That's got like incredible depth. But if you're just playing ranked and you're treating it like the way that I want to treat video games, where I want to play Tekken and go, why isn't it like Rocket League? Then, yeah, you're probably going to have a miserable time. Hey there, Private Pale. I don't know who that is. I'm so sorry. That's a reference that's a little bit lost on me. You need to keep your cultural references to, like, Mario Goatsy and maybe, like, The Matrix. And also, like, Brockhampton during the saturation period exclusively, though. I was thinking the other day, I think I might just be the kind of, like, make-up a guy who's really into exclusively 2013 Tyler and, like, saturation Brockhampton, but for real. I don't think I've, like, developed any cultural identity beyond that point. I'm just like, yeah, Saturation 2, Saturation 3, they go crazy. Saturation 1's okay. Hey, wait, that's another cultural reference. Yeah, bring me, like... Wait, I've just realized I'm actually, like, buzzing with personality. If you give me Brockhampton, Saturation 1, 2, and 3, mostly 2 and 3, and also early to mid-2000s pop-punk, me and you can be friends. The moment that you need to have a conversation about anything else, we'll be a little bit lost. But up until that point, we might actually be able to have a conversation. Obviously, let's not be completely ignorant and realize that within that conversation, you're inherently allowed to discuss any song that was on the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater soundtrack, but that more comes from the fact that I am a closeted incel, also known as a gamer, but that comes as a given via my hobby that is definitely shameful. You should be ashamed if you're a gamer, no offense to me and nobody else, because I know you're all incels. And for anyone that's trying to deny it, I have a wife and kids. I have a wife and kids. I have bad news for you. That's your wife's boyfriend's kid. It's not yours. Joke's on you, I'm a volcel. Oh no. Me trying to use incel as my only insult, and then the asexual group walks in. No! My mix-up! My one tool! I've been ruined! What is life but another reason to make fun of you for not having sex? Also known as, I left my personality in secondary school, I guess. What was that Skibbity Pressure? You're asking the video game that is Skibbity Toilet why we got Skibbity Pressure. This is what it is. Any all-time low enjoyers in the chat? Dear Maria, count me in. That's what I say every single time that I do a big ball of some kind. This is 200 ping? I'm asking that this is 200 ping. You can tell that I play Samus because the connection is a whole, like, 3 frames out. And yet, I didn't notice until the, like, 20th game. So how about the death of Punk in general? How about that? You seem to have mistaken me for... This is like the crux of the point that I was getting at in terms of my media influence. I know enough to be like, I like that song, and I don't know enough about anything to have an actual discussion about how me and you interact with media. I've basically got the media literacy that's been born from ending explained videos. Imagine the straw man that you create every time you see a video that you don't like in your recommended of who watches that video. That's me. I'm the viewer. And I don't like it either. I'm also looking at it and going, why does this video exist? But is it in my watch history? Probably, let's be real. What made me go bald? It's been like a year. Would it really matter what made me go bald? I know that you're probably just like trying to have a fun discussion, but would it matter what made me go bald? Would that increase your enjoyment of life? Because the answer's never going to be that interesting. It's not going to be something absurd like the aliens abducted me, and I know it's hard to believe, but me and the cabal have all agreed that this is the only way that the aliens aren't going to kill us. No, I'm memeing. I'm just curious. I wouldn't call that memeing. I would just call that asking a question. But I don't know why I'm going off at you. I've just had a bad night's sleep, I guess, and I'm just like, nah, everyone, fuck all of them. But the real answer is just like, I had a bad haircut. I had a really bad haircut, and also all of my family is bald, and it kind of felt a bit weird to have hair still. That's like a real section of the answer. Like the last bit, it might sound a little bit ridiculous, but like, human beings are complicated, and also sometimes we have very strange reasons that we do very pointless things. Why am I addicted to video games? Well, my parents got divorced pretty early in life, and it brought me joy during a period where there wasn't a lot to go around. Like, fucking, and now here I am making videos about Gone, and fucking occasionally getting a comment that I made people cry because of a video about Rising Thunder, which they have never played, and likely never will. They're not fake fans for it, but I'm gonna call them fake fans for it, you motherfucker. He's bald so that he can think faster. I don't think I've gotten smarter in years. Every single day I wake up, I have what I'm assuming is like a very normal scenario in which, like, you go, you make coffee, you kind of forget where you put it because you're like half doing it and half doing another task at the same time. And then in forgetting where I put my coffee, I go, I have Alzheimer's. I am dying. I have a brain tumor. When I had nosebleeds, and I still might be having nosebleeds fairly frequently, but when I have like nosebleeds on like once a month an occasion, my brain doesn't first go, ooh, my sinuses are a little bit fucked. My brain immediately turns to, you have dementia and this is your awakening. Not the fact that you can't hold a sentence together or can't contain one thought pattern in your mind at a time. It's just like, the coffee was a bit odd and now you're bleeding from your nose once a month and the doctor says that it's fine. But you know better, trust me. You and your fucking E in biology knows way better than the GP. It might know better than the GP, though. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. You shouldn't trust your medical professionals. Let's go. I actually... maybe I shouldn't say that. As I was at the fucking Smash tournament this weekend, and somebody who I know who watches the stream was like, Leon, you're just kind of like becoming like not Andrew Tate. You're kind of becoming LTG. You're telling people that they shouldn't trust like people that are professionals, and also every once in a while you like wish death upon someone. And it's like, it's true, but also I do get very inventive in the ways that I tell someone that they should be hit by a car. Do you not think that, viewer? And then I called them viewer, and they said, Leon, you've known me for like 4 years. Just say my name. And I said, no. I let my ego kind of take over for a second. Yeah, I'm an egomaniac. No. Maybe I am, actually. This, I can't tell if is like imposter syndrome or it's some other mental faculty that has a different name. But I'm constantly concerned that I have, via the proxy of doing a job that a lot of people wish that they did, I'm worried that I'm turning into, like, a narcissist egomaniac. And I don't know what to do about that. Because realistically, there's nothing that you can do about that. The moment that you go, oh, by the way, am I dominating the conversation and being weird? It's like, you need to take a step back and evaluate the conversation by yourself. Because the moment that you ask, like, hey, by the way, am I dominating the conversation? You are dominating the conversation. You're turning the conversation into a conversation about yourself. And so I never do. I never ask someone, but also at the same time, I'm like, fuck, I'm really bad at conversing. And so I don't know if I should be the one analyzing my own conversation. I need to go on Metafy and get a speech therapist, apparently. Any speech therapists in the chat? Somebody maybe explain to me why I'm miserable all the time? I don't know. I am waffling. Somebody in the chat said blood is waffling, and you know what? I agree. I'm in my waffle era. Oh my god, so me. Which part? The egomaniac or you being a speech therapist? Or requiring one? We're all sharing the speech therapist here. Like a big bag of Maltesers shamies. It says shammy, you give one to your friend, but really you're the only one eating the bag of Maltesers. Are truly sad every day. I don't think you need to know that about the guy that you're looking at on the screen. Realistically, you should be asking that question to yourself. Even for you, that was an insanely long stream of consciousness. I don't know, I went outside for more than 24 hours, and I do feel like I'm aware that this is kind of, maybe not unpopular nomenclature, but nobody is really acting on it. I think me and you, definitely you, I might not know you in real life, and this might be like the only time that you engage with the internet, but I'm gonna diagnose you anyway. Me and you, we need to set like an internet limit every single day. Because I get on Twitter, and I hate everyone on that website. And I go, well, this is everyone in real life. And then I go outside, and you want to know what's crazy? We're all just NPCs. And it's not like, oh, I've met an NPC this weekend. We're all NPCs. You're looking at some guy on the train, and you're going, that guy has no thought running through his head. And behind you, there's somebody looking at the back of your head, and they're going, this motherfucker hasn't had a thought in their life. But they don't know that you can 6p there. And you don't know that they know that actually, they know that their wife is cheating on them. Isn't that crazy? And they just kind of accept it, because they kind of like it. They kind of like that power dynamic. It's a little bit problematic, but at the same time, it's fine. They don't have kids yet, and so they can just hop ship whenever it comes into play. They're probably like, he's bald. I don't think anyone has ever... Have you ever looked at someone on the street and gone, wow, that guy's bald? You haven't. The only time that you ever go into a scenario where you're shocked that someone is bald is when you're like, I don't know, you're at like university and somebody has come into class bald and it's like, do they have chemo? Is it because they're ill? Or is it because they're, you know, engaging in some red pill, blue pill shit? I'm the one playing against you right now. Why did you mash 2D and why did it work? Just Venom things. It's the fact that Venom is just so privileged in this game. I don't really, like, know what is privileged about him, aside from, like, 6p is insane, 2D goes under everything. But this is just what Venom does in this game. He's bullshit, and I love him for it. He's serving, he's giving mother energy. Am I down with the kids? 2S round start is unbeatable. Depending on the character, yeah, it's fucked up. And you can do, like, You can buffer it in so that, like, you have, like, just borderline flowcharts on whether or not, borderline option selects based on whether or not the 2S hits. It's fucked up. He's so good. He is shitting in mother's toilet. I wouldn't say that. You sound like... No offense. No, let's not do that. Let's just not even continue it. I was gonna, like, pin you down as a little weirdo, but then again, it's like, you're probably just having a good time. You're probably just having a nice little chat moment, and it's like, it was a bit cringe, but whatever. At least you didn't talk about Falco's feathered penis on stream when you were going to your first Irish tournament, and you said, yeah, I'll do commentary. Why not? And if you don't know the lore, you don't need to. Good game. That was good. What is happening in this chat? I mean, to be fair, I'm not really even reading it. I'm just kind of yapping to myself. If you've got to say no offense, then yeah, keep it in. True. Oh, I wish this game had ranked, man. I wish this game had an active community that isn't, you know, and when I say active community, I mean, like, you know, people above 1,000 active players, which is a lot to ask, I know. I'm not saying that, like, oh, that's easy. The players are lazy. It's like, no, there's a lot of circumstantial stuff that just makes that, unfortunately, not gonna happen. But I wish this game had an active community where I could, like, instead of having to... And this isn't a gripe against the person that's, like, I'm playing against right now, but where you could go into a lobby and not either play a best of 3 against one guy that is insanely good and 2 people that are significantly worse than them, or you end up in a lobby with 8 people, but for some reason 7 of them are all connected to one setup, and they all get to play one game every 20 minutes. And the one guy that's really good just gets to play forever, and everyone goes, yeah, this is fine, it's winner stays on. It's like, you haven't played the game in 30 minutes. How are you enjoying this? I guess I'll learn Rev 2. This is the hard part about recommending Rev 2, though. It's like, I don't know if you should. It's really hard, and there's not a lot of people playing it, and so I'm like, I don't know if it's worth your time. I hated that shit in Tekken 7 lobbies. It happens here. We gotta get people to hop on Answer. I need to just learn how to deal with Answer. Because Answer is like one of those characters that isn't very good, but for some reason I'm insanely weak to them. Rev 2 is easy if you pick Faust. That's just not true. That's just not true. Rev 2 is not an easy game regardless of what character you pick. Because you have to play against another character who is going to put you in situations that are hard to figure out without, like, kind of just throwing yourself at the wall for a while. It's not knowledge checky in the same way that, like, Tekken is, but there's a lot of situations where it's just like, I don't really know what's going on. Even Elfelt, definitely. Elfelt in this game's fucking hard. I don't care what people are... Like, okay, Elfelt in this game, from what I understand, because I don't play Elfelt in this game, Elfelt in this game is hard in a linear sense, where they start off really difficult, and then as you keep going and get further and further and further, she becomes a easy character at higher levels of play. But then again, I could be wrong. I'm green rank Venom. I don't know what I'm saying. Well, I kind of know what I'm saying. Rev 2 inputs are hard. Leo feels super weird. It's probably one of the last games that feels like it's made for a fight stick. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm about to enter my vampire savior on Fightcade part of your life. You mean your early 20s? Good luck. It might be miserable, but so long as you just keep trucking along, you hit your mid-20s and you go, oh, life's alright. I got a tournament next month that I can go to, and sure, I might be living paycheck to paycheck, but that doesn't mean that I have to be miserable. It just means that sometimes I am, and that's also a part of life. Even if you had money. Post-Arcadia thoughts? It sure was an Arcadian. Decipher played insane. Generally speaking, if it's not like a party-based tournament, I don't really, like, have major thoughts on, like, the event. Obviously, it's like, oh, I wish I played better, but everyone wishes they played better after a tournament. Nobody is, even if you get first in a tournament, nobody is going, yeah, I'm happy with, like, how I played. And if you are, like Nep, that fucker, on Twitter, also see the way that I force those whiffs? Even if you are, I don't know, You're gonna look back in a week's time and go, that guy sucks at this game. I was happy with how I played at my last local. Smile. You're not human, not Luigi. You're a fictional character, so I don't blame you. Fuck it, a win is a win? No. A win is not a win. A win is full of missed opportunity. It's full of moments where you should have reacted just a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. Even if it was like 2 double perfects, it's like, it could have been better. The conversions could have been a little bit cleaner. I could have ran up and made my reads a little bit more tight. I could have made more informed reads. You could make the exact same decision and have the exact same outcome, have it play bit by bit the exact same. And I don't know about you, but I get like upset that I wasn't making more informed reads. Every time I make the read for the right reason, I'm like, it could have been better. It could have been less of a guess and more of a read every time. Back when I played Overwatch every night, if I won while doing absolutely nothing, I was fucking miserable after. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, with team games, that's like especially true. Holy fuck. This is one of the problems with League of Legends. Not in terms of like all of the general meme shit where it's just like, oh, League of Legends players, they're all horrid people, etc., fucking the standard stuff. But one of the problems in League is that if you win, but you had no, like, control over the win the whole time, it feels the exact same as a loss. Because you didn't have any agency over whether or not you won. You were taking 40 minutes to roll a slot machine at that point. And that's no fun. You want to actually have some, like, control over whether or not you won. You might as well be a spectator. You might, like that your elo went up, but you want to know that your elo went up because you were better than your teammates. Because you don't like your teammates. Leon playing the game he loves the most. I like it the most. This is one of my favorite games. Obviously, throw me against like a jam or a matchup that I don't like and I'm not going to enjoy the game as much as I want. But generally speaking, it's one of my favorite games. When I'm playing against Sol, or like when I'm playing against Kai. Ooh, when I'm playing against Kai. I fucking love Guilty Gear when I'm playing against Kai. Venom dittos, or mirrors, whatever you... sorry, I just came back from a Smash tournament. My vocabulary kind of got fucked up on the way out. It'll come back in like 2 days. But Venom dittos? Ooh, that's a good time. I gaslighted myself into learning xrd because I liked your videos. It took me 30 hours to pick one character. I mean, to be fair, you landed on a character that very few people play, but I think is very cool. And so, thank God you picked up Axel instead of being, yet again, another person who plays Slayer who thinks they're sick. The infinite mix-up of, is my Slayer sick, or is my Slayer cursed to be a bottom tier character? I actually don't know where Slayer is in terms of, like, character relevance in this game. I just know that there's a lot of people who play him. He's fine if I remember correctly, feast or famine the character. That's true. But he's really famine. Like, he's giving famine energy the whole time, even when he's feasting. Because you know that you just need to get one decent button in, and then it's like, well, now I have all of the control. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking of picking Slayer for the first time around. Oh no. No, play Axel. Axel's cool, nobody plays him, and he's just like neat. He's one of those characters that like you just kind of forget exists in the game. But not because he doesn't have source or isn't cool, but because most people would rather play a character that is just a little bit more, what's the word, direct? I don't know. I tried xrd because I saw Venom in your videos and he looked super sick. He's so fucking cool. They're never gonna make another character like Venom, and I'm kind of glad that they're not going to, in a way, because even though Venom is like the coolest character that you will ever see, and I strongly believe that, that doesn't mean that he's the only coolest character that you will ever see, you know? There's, Doctor Doom is so sick. He's so fucking cool. And having different shades of this character is so sick. I'm gonna play the video game that is insanely hard just for this one character. That's the good shit. That's what makes fighting games as a genre that has multiple characters so worth it. I wish Bedman was good. I don't. Fuck that character. I think it was in Rev 1, Bedman was pretty good, and that shit was annoying. I mean, he's still, you know, You say you wish Bedman was good, as though... Or maybe this isn't how you intended it to come across, but it's how I'm reading it. You're saying it as though Bedman is like a character that just has 7-3 matchups everywhere, and it's like the majority of matchups in this game are like 6-4 at worst. People will be like, oh my god, this matchup is unwinnable, and it's like, have you ever played like Bowser Sheik in Melee? That shit is actually unwinnable. People don't know what a bad matchup is. They just know what a disadvantage is, and they go, fuck, it must be, like, actually, like, impossible to play this matchup. Time to give up, even though... Time to give up on the character, even though I am a green square. Which is what I did in Tekken, but let's ignore that. Go for the hard combo. You wanna know what's crazy? I've forgotten the hard combo. I only go for easy combos. I don't like doing hard shit. I want shit that is reliable and does a decent amount of damage. Just because I can... Let's imagine that we're gonna keep repeating the situation over and over again. Definition of insanity, etc, etc. Let's say I'm gonna keep repeating the situation. Doing the hard combo makes it so that I have to do the situation maybe one less time. I would rather be more reliable in the 5 times that I have to do the combo, as opposed to knocking off one of those possibilities so long as you do the hard combo 3 times. And you're looking at me and you're going, that's bitch made. And you know what? I'm going, yeah, I agree. I like the easy combo. It's bitch made, and that's how I play the video game. If you got a problem with it, fucking come run the set. Knock me off the setup. Is it a boring way to play, or is it just a different way than you're used to? Well, this is the problem when we're talking about, like, other people's perceptions of what's, like, boring and what's fun in terms of, like, characters that they don't play. You know, if I just do the same combo over and over again, it's like, yeah, it is boring for them. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a different way to play. For me, they're bored, which is their problem with it. Which is completely valid. If they're not having a good time, they should be allowed to say, hey, this sucks. You have single-handedly changed my perspective on traditional fighting games. That's insane. There's more words in there, but I'm gonna take the core message and go, that's nuts. Because there's so many more people that know so much more about traditional fighting games. I mean, give some of Rubbish's videos a shot if you like some of mine. They're very, very well edited and occasionally have more... like nuanced perspectives on fighting games from somebody who is much, much better at games than me. Rubbish's content is sick. Oh, what a grab! Okay, that was pretty sick. There I should have grabbed. There it's despicable that I didn't go for the grab. Quite frankly. No! I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so alive. I'm so dead. No! Air grabs are always so sick. I think air grabs that are low are always so sick. Anytime it's like you grab them immediately out from the like first couple of frames of your jump, that stuff is always sick. When it's just like, oh, I super jumped and I caught you. It's just like, this stupid, fuck you. Saw it coming for 400 million frames. I have 275 hours and I can't air grab. To be fair, I think that air grabbing is one of those skills that, like, you never perfect. Even though you probably do. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that's like, actually, all you need to do is you need to play very good. And it's like, yeah, no shit. But I feel like for people that aren't going to spend their entire lives playing a game that a couple hundred people play, I think the air grabs are something that, like, you're always, like, slowly perfecting that you will never fully perfect. Why is Axel so sick in every game? I think it's just zoners are cool. The moment that you give, like, a zoner actual movement, they're pretty sick with it. Also, you gave them an air DP, and that's fucking cool. Okay, Raven is sick. Fuck Strive. You will play Raven for 10 hours, and then suddenly realize that you cannot fucking stand moving on the character. I think this is, like, the way that Raven players go. You either stick with Raven and become clinically insane, Or you play Raven for 10 hours, get frustrated with the movement, and then you're like a Soul player. But there's very little middle ground between those two perspectives. Does it make sense for MOBA players to find fighting games or 1v1 games in general incredibly stressful? I feel like that's kind of like putting all MOBA players in like a mental box. And while I'm willing to put all of those MOBA players in a mental box of they're horrible people, I wouldn't want to say that the mental box is all of them are stressed out about the concept of playing a 1v1 game. Some of them are top laners, so they're already playing a 1v1 game. But if you're talking about bot laners, well, I don't know. Maybe they should play Marvel, where they get to think that it's a 1v1 game when they're playing ADC, but then the moment that it's going bad, they call in both of their assists. That might just be a League of Legends bit, I've just realized, but yeah. Even top laners can find ways to blame the team. Well, yeah, their assist didn't come out. Why didn't their assist come out? I called in the assist and it just never came. And little do they know the assist 2 was already called in on bot lane. Because it's bot lane, which is king of fighters. What about the chill Venom mains? Are they all crackheads? Don't assume, aside from Potemkin players, don't assume that anyone is chill. Anyone playing a fighting game definitely got, like, something a little bit strange going on. I don't know what mine is. Maybe it's an incredibly short temper for menial bullshit. But we've all got something a little bit fucked up. I know both Potemkin players and Venom players that aren't always chill. Well, I know plenty of Ganondorf players that aren't chill. I know plenty of Ganondorf players that aren't chill, actually, hold on a minute. So many Ganondorf players that aren't chill. Somebody check up on Ganondorf players. Why are they all built so incredibly different? In all the wrong ways. Ooh, that was a sick grab. This connection doesn't look chill. It's kind of fine, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not losing to anything that I just didn't see. I'm always losing to stuff where I'm not looking for it. My tolerance for a connection that isn't that good is a game, that has... You get grumpy with more than 4 frames of rollback. You're wrong. I'm so EP. I had like a hotel the other day and I'm just not. I got a hotel, the mattress was too hard. No, the mattress was fine, but the pillow was like... It was like rock climbing with my head. It was just not good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play one more and then I'm gonna bounce. My brain's just not with it today. We got the lazy stream. We got the... You know the thing where you're on like a train? Europe moment. You know the thing where you're on a train and you're so excited to get off the train. You're on the train for like 3 hours and you're not doing anything. You're not thinking about anything. You don't own wireless headphones and you haven't owned wireless headphones for the last 4 years. And you're not going to buy them now. It's been 4 years. And so you literally haven't engaged with anything for 3 hours. You're so excited to come home and do literally anything. Look at emails even. You're over the moon. You get home and you're just like, it's nap time. Only nap time. That's where I am right now. I'm in my nap era. Everything needs to be an era as well. I don't know why. Leon, how did you cope with going bald? I chose to do it, and so there was no coping. That's like asking, how did you cope with the death of your father after you killed him? I killed him. Why would I cope? I was already seething before the murder. Why would I cope after it? Doesn't make any sense. I'll be cooking food, be right back. They're not gonna know that the stream is gonna be over when they come back. That's so sad. I'm beginning to see why you snapped at me earlier. I snapped at you earlier? I remember going on my dementia arc. Also, I don't think I snapped. If I snapped, I was like, I'm gonna kill you and your family, and also definitely your dog. But if I was just like, stop calling me bald, that was just me being like, please, for the love of God, I'm so tired of being called bald. I know. You remember your dementia arc. How ironic. So true. I'll give you a +2 for that. I wouldn't +2 you. I just say yes. That's valid. Oh! When I asked you the origin of your baldness, you snapped and apologized? Yeah, it's because I'm tired. I'm tired of people asking why I'm bald. It's just like, just accept that I am, man. People gotta stop asking, you know, what's the meaning of life? You stopped asking that when you like hit like your 20s and you just go like, I don't really know what the point is. I'm just living it. Leave me be. Also, by the way, what are you ordering? Like, Big Mac meal again? Probably the usual. You show up there every day. You and your fucking 1,000 carb meal that you eat every single day, and you justify it by saying, no, but I'm a big, growing, strong boy, and it's like, you're 25, like, you're not a growing, strong boy, you're a grown fat boy at this point, like, chill out, stop eating so much fucking McDonald's. Well, you're still growing with all the McDonald's, so true. You ever, every once in a while, just, like, think in your head, like, and this is assuming that you're the same age as me, you ever, like, think about the future and imagine that you're gonna be, like, 6 foot for some reason? And it's like, no, brother, you're 5'7" forever. You need to kind of accept it. It's me talking to myself, I know, but I just need to kind of get real. You aren't gonna be with your beautiful wife and also be, like, 6'2". It's like, no, you're gonna be with yourself and you're gonna be the fucking 5'7" that you currently are. Get real. You'll be happier quicker. No, yes, no, yes. Okay, well, we found the one guy in chat that is also 5 foot, apparently. Me and you both. Don't worry, when we have to fight the 6 foot people, we'll be chomping at the ankles and they won't know what to do about it. Laughs in 6'3". There's no need. Like, there's just no need. There's a reason I sit in a chair all day and I never stand up. I'm like, don't see me for what I really am, please. Perceive me as the man that I wish I was, and not the man that I truly am. Laughing girl. No. GG's. I will come back on Wednesday with any actual energy, I promise. Maybe. I don't know. I'm so eepy. I'm the eepiest guy there ever was. Thank you for the games. I appreciate it. Also, Censor, who is maybe in the chat. Fair enough. It's one of those I'm just not feeling it kind of days. I vibe with that big time. I was just about to join this. Oops. There's always going to be Wednesday, unless I play like Mario 64 on Wednesday, which is completely possible as well. Okay. GG's gamers, it's bedtime. Make sure you have your big diaper and your bib. I don't know. I was going to make a big analogy where it's like you're a baby. I'm fucking... Alright. GG's and explosion.